F1 is back in Montreal this weekend, so here is your Don't Crash course, which is everything you need to know about the Montreal circuit and a few stories heading into the race weekend. This circuit has 14 turns and 2 DRS zones, and the circuit length is 4.361 kilometers, and it's a 70-lap race, meaning that the full race is just over 305 kilometers. The track was built in 1967 on a man-made island called Notre Dame Island, and that island is in the middle of the St. Lawrence River. The island itself was built for the 1967 Expo World's Fair, and it was also utilized in 1976 when Montreal hosted the Summer Olympics. After both of those events were completed, they started to use the island as a circuit, and that is the circuit that we race on today. The first Grand Prix on this circuit took place in 1978, 2 years after those Summer Olympics were held. The circuit is very fast and has a low amount of downforce, and the current lap record on that track was set in 2019 by Valtteri Bottas. That lap record is a 113.078. Max Verstappen won the Canadian Grand Prix last year, though it'll be interesting to see if one of the McLarens take that race this year. Additionally, another thing to look out for is bad weather. Very typically, because of the area and the time of year, we typically see rain at this circuit. Now, a couple of storylines to pay attention to going into this race. One, Lance Stroll will be returning for his home race despite his injury. We weren't sure if we would see the Canadian race in the Aston Martin after he pulled out of Barcelona due to wrist pain. This was due to an old injury and he did undergo treatment, but Aston Martin have confirmed that he will return for his home race. Additionally, Max Verstappen is 1 penalty point away from a race ban and must make it through these next 2 race weekends without incident in order to avoid one. And of course, our championship standings heading into this race, McLaren has screamed ahead in the constructors standings at 362 points. The closest competitor is Ferrari at 165. And after last week's race, we also see Mercedes sitting in 3rd with 159 points and Red Bull sitting in 4th. Our driver standings still have our neck-and-neck championship between Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, and Oscar holds a 10-point lead to his teammate. 3rd and 4th are currently Max Verstappen and George Russell, and a stretch behind are both of our Ferrari drivers, Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. So those are the basics that you need to know going into this weekend's race. This is also an F1 Academy race weekend, so be sure to come back tomorrow for my Don't Crash course F1 Academy Montreal edition.